Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Drink the coffee before it gets cold, as they say. Well, Celtic put out a statement last night after the statement that came out from the SPFL regards to a reduction in tickets. Ban of fans, call it what you may be. It's a fan ban. It is what it is. People will say it's just a reduction. It's not targeting fans. It's not banning them. It's a reduction in tickets. It's less fans going to match, and it's a ban on 500 tickets. And Celtic, if the ban comes into effect, which it will, you can guarantee that it will not be normal fans that get banned. It will not be normal fans. It will be the ultras groups that do get banned. And someone will say, let's not get into this conversation at this time in the morning, but as it's far too early. Anyway, the statement from the SPFL reads as follows. The Commission found that Celtic to have breached the SPFL rule H34 in respect of both semi-final and final of the Premier Sports Cup. In respect of the breach regarding the semi-final in the Premier Sports Cup final, Sanction 1, here we go. A suspended sanction of a reduction of 800 tickets for a future Premier Sports Cup match to be played at Hampden in the event of a further breach of Rule H34 through pyrotechnic use by supporters of the club in any SPFL match before 30th of March 2027. So in the next 2 years, if there's any pyrotechnic use at a game, there will be that sanction of 800 tickets. A reduction of 800 tickets from a Premier Sports Cup. So not only is it affecting the ultras groups, it's going to affect the normal fans. Now this, having seen what went on in Germany with fans and the ultras groups and at some away games this season, this will put the split between the fans and the ultras groups at a testing point. Because when it's fair play if they get banned. If the ultras groups get banned, it's fair play. They know what they're doing, and if it's get banned, it's all part and parcel of being an ultra, and they accept that, and then they know that it is a possibility. But when it starts affecting normal fans, it will get the backup of the normal fans, and this will create tension between fans groups and the ultras groups. It will happen. And this coming out at this point of the season, the week before, the week of one of the most important games of the season, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that Hibernian are bringing 7,000, the best part of 7,000 fans to Celtic Park. There's never been a fan base like that since the Sevco spat the dummy out back in 2019 and had a reduced allocation. There's been a reduced allocation ever since, and it'll be fantastic, to be fair, for a TV spectacle. It'll be great to have so many Hibernian fans, especially when Celtic go 3-0 up and we shut them up, and get a bit of revenge for what they did to us at their own ground. But it would be a fantastic game, and we shouldn't take the eye off that. Ultras have been at Celtic now for 19 years. It'll be 20 years next year. But the use of pyro at the games has become more prevalent with them over the more recent years. It's got worse and more regular, and they know that they would face bans. But the powers that be have said that it's a red line. That's it. That you've went far enough. The delay with the game at Hampden, when it was 15 minutes delayed due to the TV, would have sent the TV guys through the moon. They would have been on to the SPFL, and it would have been talks at a high level to say, look, they can do what they want outside the stadium, but when it starts affecting TV schedules and things like that, and having an effect on our ability to earn income from adverts, that's what it comes down to. It all comes down to money. The football comes down to money. You know, it's it's the way of the world these days. But when it starts affecting them and normal fans, the SPFL have just drawn a line in the sand and said, dare cross it again and we will ban you even more. And I think that's what's coming. Not just in that cup competition. They will start off at that cup competition and then they will move on. And is it going to be to the case that Celtic will close part of the ground down? It won't come from out with. It will come from inside Celtic as it has done before. In regards to the Cup final, there's an immediate reduction of 500 tickets for the next Premier Sports Cup match to be played at Hampden. So when Celtic start off the new season and we're thinking about doing a treble next year again, hopefully, and you want to get off to a winning start with the Premier Sports Cup, if we get to the semi-finals, there'll be 500 less fans. Now, we'll have forgotten about it by then, but it'll crop back up nearer the time, and it'll be interesting to see what Celtic does. If they just take it on the chin as a reduction, but Celtic's got a chip on its shoulder. There's a guy in the head of security that's got a memory like an elephant and doesn't forget anything. And I'm sure Ronnie will make sure that it is a certain bunch of supporters that are kept at Hampden for that game. I'm just putting it out there. You know the way that Celtic work over the years, and I think it's unfortunate that is it unfortunate that it came to this, or have they made their bed and they've got to lie in it? And the fact that the powers of be are now starting to say, right, well, if Celtic aren't going to do anything now, and before you say yes, Motherwell and Rangers were also hit with a similar amount of ticket reduction ban. Will it be the case that Celtic will? Are they pushing the onus onto Celtic? Are they pushing the onus onto Celtic and say, look, you better get your house in order? Because if you don't get your house in order, this is what we're going to do. And we're not just going to target them, we're just going to target 800 of your fans. And then the next time it'll be 1,200. The next time it'll be 1,500. Do you know? And if that's the way that you want to go, if you're not going to deal with it in-house, and if you're not going to make sure that your supporters behave themselves, no pyro, no party, some people will say. But they seem to be taking a hard line with it in Scotland. Anyway, the Celtic response. Oh, and by the way, for tickets, went on general sale yesterday. Tickets went on sale, and I think it's nuts because you wouldn't have thought there would be many tickets to go on general sale for the Cup game, considering 7,000 tickets have been sold to Hibernian fans. So it just shows you how many season tickets are really sold. Well, they've obviously still do the tickets that miss out the big derby games just in case, haven't they? But anyway, there are tickets on sale for the game this weekend. £25 per adult, under 16s and over 65, £17, and under 13s is £12 for the Cup. Children under 13 must be accompanied by an adult. Tickets are on sale online only. All tickets are on sale online only, so don't be going up to the ticket office and saying, "Where's your ticket for a game this weekend, you?" Come on then. Anyway, back to the statement of Celtic Football Club here last night. Celtic Football Club notes that today's SPFL judgment in relating to the use of pyrotechnics at matches. Clearly, it's hugely disappointing after wider support will be negatively affected at a future SPFL League Cup matches at Hampden, following the action of a small minority. How many times they say small minority in this statement? It is well known that we are also currently face a UEFA suspended sentence as a result of previous pyrotechnics. Most recently in a match against Borussia Dortmund by a small minority of supporters. Something which could potentially have a negative and damaging impact on the team and Celtic supporters wishing to attend any away match in UEFA competition to support the team. The club has been very clear on the use of fireworks and pyrotechnics at matches is illegal. It presents risk to supporter safety and club under the applicable regulations. The fact that pyrotechnics by a small minority is now adversely affecting the attendance of our supporters at matches should act as a very serious wake-up call to those involved. How to split the fans on such an important week. How to split the fans on such an important week. And I know Celtics is always going to come out and make that statement. But when you think about it, it is the small minority that is causing the pyro. And as far as they could say, oh, it looks great. But the last thing we need is division going into the run-in for a fantastic season. And let's not take away from what has been an amazing season so far. We're on the cusp of heading towards another treble. If we can win this game at the weekend, we've got one step closer. The league is done. The league in 3 games will be mathematically won. Let's not take away from the players, and let's not take away from the fantastic support that our fans have given the team over the course of the season. The fans have been amazing. The Green Brigade have been amazing. The boys Ultras group have been amazing. But when their decisions, and you've got to remember, they must have knew something was in the water because they came out with a statement. The Green Brigade did come out with a statement not long ago. Give me a second, I'll just get it up. The Green Brigade did come out with a statement. The fact that their decisions and their actions over the last couple of weeks wasn't to everyone's liking. And they apologised for it. Their statement went out to say, where is it? Have they taken it down? There we go. Apology to supporters on the 25th of February. Apology to supporters. In recent weeks, we have created incidents at matches that have regrettably impacted the experience of other supporters. These incidents have been made worse by our poor handling of the situation. We would like to take this opportunity to apologise to all the fans impacted by our conduct. We acknowledge that our style isn't to everyone's preference. So going forward, we will be more mindful of this and more respectful to other supporters. Green Brigade. That was on the 25th of February. And people will say, "Again, enough's enough, get them out, I had enough of them." Well, we'll know what happens when we get them out. The support is woeful. Well, let's be honest, the support is woeful. The atmosphere at games is woeful. Just going to say it as it is. And until other fans decide that, we can get back to the good old days of singing and shouting and being as positive as the Ultras groups, I think that this is a situation that isn't going to really get any better if you lose the Green Brigade and the Boys Ultras group from the support at home. It has an adverse effect. It's been laid bare and seen over many, many seasons that the atmosphere just isn't the same. It isn't the same. We want to keep every single Celtic supporter in the stadium, both home, away and in Europe. We've got a fantastic chance to get to Hampden again. Let's just go out and make some noise for the boys this weekend and not have any nonsense. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.